listening to Ring Chronicles with Lance Vaughn and Glenn Ritchie.
Well, I'm sure by now everyone's heard the bullshit from this week. How about you?
Lance, I swear
Yeah.
that last night I had a dream.
Yeah?
This is what happened in this dream.
Okay,
I'm
tell me.
100% serious. This is real.
Okay.
I say some shit, but this is real.
Okay.
I was at a live event,
Okay.
and for some strange reason, The Rock was facing Karrion Kross. and I looked around the crowd, and I said to myself, I'm going to start it. And I started chanting by myself.
Yeah.
Rocky sucks. Rocky sucks. Rocky sucks. And then pretty soon, the entire crowd
Yep.
started chanting,
Yeah.
Rocky sucks. Rocky sucks. Rocky sucks.
Yep.
In unison with me, Lance.
Yep.
And then I looked at The Rock
Yeah.
and I said to myself,
Yeah.
I hope he remembers. I hope he remembers what that chant
Yeah.
sounded like to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
If he remembered what it felt like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was hoping that it was doing the same thing today
Yeah.
in my dream. True story, Lance.
Yep.
You know, me and Cody Rhodes have a lot in common.
Okay.
He lost his dad. I lost my mom. And I've wanted him to win the title for forever.
Yeah.
And I guess the American dream died when his dad died because it isn't happening.
You're right.
I mean, it could happen later, but why is it not happening at WrestleMania 40? That Philly crowd is going to bury them.
Yes.
Bury
I hope
them.
So. I hope so. God damn. Man, you see, I wasn't watching the show. I watched the clip afterwards, right?
Oh my God.
And I'm watching. It's Cody and it's Roman in the ring, and I'm like, okay, this is good. And then The Rock's music hits, and it's like I went numb.
You knew it was over.
It's like it's happening. They're fucking him over. And
So tell me how this makes sense. Okay, first of all, if you haven't seen that clip, go right now to YouTube and look at that clip and hit dislike.
Hit the dislike button.
Hit the dislike button
as many times as you can.
I don't know what the numbers are right now.
If you have to create multiple accounts and hit the dislike button.
I got 3 Google accounts. I disliked them on all 3.
Yeah, I got 3 too. Yeah, so let's get an update real quick.
Yeah, because last I checked, it was 412,000, and that was yesterday.
Yeah.
During the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, those fans that were in attendance, I'm hoping that they were either just casual fans or they were just caught up in the hype of seeing The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, because they said, this is awesome. What is awesome about that?
I don't know.
Were the fans, I mean, was it piped in noise? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
they were reacting to it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But obviously, I think what it is most fans, WWE has a lot of casual fans.
Yeah.
And most fans got caught up in the hype of the moment, but then they thought about it. And they said, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. Because a true wrestling fan
Right.
would not support this.
Right.
If you think The Rock and Roman Reigns is a good idea,
you are not a wrestling fan.
you're not a true wrestling fan. You're a filthy casual.
Right.
You're nothing but a casual.
Yeah.
You're beneath the AEW neckbeards.
The edgelords.
Yes. You're beneath them. I've got respect for them compared to you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
At least they're true wrestling fans. They may have different opinions. They might like 50,000 flips in a match. They might like 20 tope suicidas in a match, but at least it's freaking wrestling. It's not The Rock coming to WrestleMania to steal the show from Cody Rhodes.
I would watch 50,000 tope suicidas over this bullshit match.
I would watch 630 bombs or whatever the heck they're called. I don't know, Lance.
Oh my God.
I don't watch that kind of wrestling.
God. Like, I never fucking thought, as big of a Rock fan as I was, and the attitude, I never thought I would say I hate the fucking Rock, but I hate the fucking Rock right now.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You've got this story
Yeah.
of we're going to finish the story.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes held the WWE title, the WWF title in Madison Square Garden. He had it in his hands, and it was stolen from him.
Yeah.
And here Cody's coming along. He's going to finish the story. He's going to win the WWE title.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Eluded his entire fucking family.
Yeah.
And now he's going to get it, but no.
No, it's even worse than that, Lance.
No.
He wins the Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah.
He fights against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And because of shenanigans, he loses the match.
Yeah.
And then this year, he wins the Royal Rumble again. So you think it's definitely going to happen.
Got to happen.
It's got to happen. There's no way this cannot happen. But because Vince McMahon is a pervert, and deserves to go to prison, and possibly go to hell afterwards, because he likes to do the crap that he does, they gotta fix the image. Okay, but fixing the image, why wouldn't Cody Rhodes be fixing the image?
Right.
He's an all-American babyface.
Right.
Classic babyface. Great representation of wrestling.
Yes.
See, wrestling fans have been challenged this week. And I'm going to talk more about Vince later because I've seen some crazy stuff of like not believing part of the allegations and all this other kind of crap. And I'm going to call y'all out too, okay?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Cody Rhodes is capable of being the face of the company.
Yeah.
Now there's nothing bad about The Rock. He can't be the face of the company. He's in his 50s. He's in his
50s. He's not even a part-timer. He's a guy that got a seat at the table, and he can do whatever he wants now.
And is he going to book himself to win the match too?
Yeah. May as well at this point. Shit. You know what's the worst thing about what they did Friday was not only did he take it from, they forced Cody to hand it to him. They forced Cody to go out there and say, I'm giving up my spot to The Rock. Here you go.
Yeah.
And to walk away.
I mean,
and to walk away.
It makes no sense to go 2 years with this. And Triple H, I'm sure he's proud of his long-term storytelling, but maybe Triple H didn't have anything to do with this. Maybe it's all The Rock. I don't know.
I think it's all The Rock, because I don't think Triple H could say no even if he wanted to.
Yeah, I just this doesn't make sense.
I've seen several stories that members of the creative team are upset by this. They thought they were going with Cody, and now they just pulled the rug out from under everybody.
Okay,
and they make Cody go out there and give away what's rightfully his.
And see, this the thing is, Lance, we talked about how the WWE does things that are safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Cody Rhodes was the obvious safe choice to win the title from Roman.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that.
Right.
And what are they going to do? Are they going to have Cody Rhodes go for the belt at SummerSlam after he wins the World Heavyweight Championship? Or is he not going to win the World Heavyweight Championship? And that's another thing, too. Roman went out there and buried the World Heavyweight Championship and buried Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Whatever that title was worth, Roman just diminished it because he went out there and basically mocked Seth Rollins for being a fighting champion in wrestling with injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. So they build up this thing about Cody Rhodes going for this belt, but instead The Rock's going for this belt. So we're making this belt look like it's the bigger title. The World Heavyweight Championship is a secondary title at this point. It's there with the Intercontinental title and the U.S. title.
It's not even that because it doesn't have the lineage. It was made up like less than a year ago, right?
Yeah, they should have brought back the big gold belt.
Right.
They could put the little bitty tiny WWE logo on top of it.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done, is brought the big gold belt.
Yeah.
Big gold belt.
Yeah.
And give it back the lineage. Mm-hmm. And there you go. You got a world title.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that.
No.
Am I being too loud, Lance? Is this going to not work out in the podcast?
You're good. You're good.
I'm speaking from my heart.
Yeah, do that.
Have I said anything that's wrong or anything that's regretful?
No.
Everything I've said is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's, because I know I can say some things I regret when I'm angry and when I'm upset and when I'm hurt.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to regret anything I'm saying tonight.
Right.
This is a travesty.
Mm-hmm.
This is a wrestling travesty.
Yeah.
And I get that they're trying to clean up their act by having The Rock, bringing in the Hollywood. Mm-hmm. I mean, Hollywood Dwayne Johnson. I mean,
yeah.
Doesn't he know that Hulk Hogan, that was a gimmick?
Yeah.
That wasn't real life.
God damn it.
So they're going to have Hollywood Dwayne Johnson fight against Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Now, see, that is a match I want to see. That is a match I want to see, but I don't want to see it for the title at WrestleMania when Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble and you do the bait and switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is obscene booking.
Yeah.
And The Rock steps in because they're trying to take away attention from the Vince McMahon scandal, because what's going to happen is they're going to go in there. It's like, you ever seen that show Hoarders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what it is. The WWE's called in housekeeping. Okay. And housekeeping thinks it's going to be a little pee in the floor in the bathroom, maybe some dust on the desks, and the top of shelves ain't been dusted off in a long time. They need to be dusted off, and the floors need to be vacuumed, the carpets. Maybe there's some stains in the carpet. They think that they're going to have to come in there with a steam cleaner.
Yeah.
But when they get in there, they're going to find out that the crap's in the walls, it's in the baseboards. They're going to have to tear out things with a sledgehammer because it's all in there.
Yeah.
And to distract us from that, I don't know the attorney's name. I want to say the attorney's a she. I can't remember, but the attorney for Janelle Grant, I'll just say they, because I'm not sure. I didn't really look at who they were. Yeah. But I just saw a posting where their attorney for Janelle Grant is saying that there's been overwhelming number of people that have messaged that office.
Yeah, I saw that too.
With either coming forward with information they know about, or other possible victims.
Yep.
We're going to take out the trash and sweep things under the rug when the whole place needs to be burned to the ground because it's contaminated. It's got a horde in there. There's mice and roaches and just the ceiling fans are flopped over from the mold, and everything is just disgusting. So we're going to sweep that under the rug, and we're going to put Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I can't even. I know he owns the name of The Rock, so I'm not going to use it. I'm going to call him Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Yep.
He hasn't wrestled a match in 10 years. You said he can go. He's got ring rust. He can't. He might be physically fit,
He's not gonna. It wouldn't be as good of a match as Roman and Cody.
No,
not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And don't they know what that Philly crowd's going to do? That's ECW territory.
That's ECW territory.
So unless the stadium has a ton of casuals that come in there, they're going to get booed out of the arena.
I think they will, but it's like I was telling you yesterday. We were all texting along with the fan of Vince Russo. I think this is just a one-time cash grab, so Rock can, aside from cleaning house and trying to make things right or whatever it is they're trying to do, this is also going to make money. This is also going to make a lot of money because it's going to pull in not even wrestling fans. It's going to pull in people that know who Dwayne Johnson is as the actor. They're like, oh, he's wrestling at WrestleMania, so I'm going to watch this.
Yeah.
And then they're going to watch it, and then afterwards they're not going to give a fuck about WWE or wrestling.
No.
After that. Won't give a fuck.
It's going to bring back relapsed attitude era fans.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring in casuals and sub-casuals. People that
sub-casuals.
People that I don't even want. I mean, okay. You know how we should win over people? Good wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Good wrestling.
Yeah.
And I really hope Triple H had nothing to do with this. I hope it's all The Rock. Mm-hmm. And what this shows already that they made a mistake. Mm-hmm. They thought it was a good idea putting somebody with his credentials up there. But I don't know what's worse. Okay, Vince McMahon as a human being is a despicable person, but as a booker and all that, at least he had a good idea every once in a while. Yeah. This is a terrible idea.
Yeah,
I don't even know if Vince would have done this.
I think it's a very Vince move.
Yeah,
I think it's a very Vince move because of the money grab. But like I said, you're going to have this match, and then afterwards nothing.
Yeah,
it's like a dead end. Okay, you're going to get all this money for this one match, and then there's just going to be nothing afterwards.
So this is what I said in that conversation with the guy that likes Vince Russo. I said that because he asked me if it was going to be like WrestleMania 20 with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. And I said a yes and no. As far as the fan reaction, I hope it's just as negative. Yeah. I hope it's just as bad.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder what they're going to do to cover this up. Are they going to bring back Steve Austin to be the guest referee for this match?
Yeah.
To try to get some cheers? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that I said is going to be different is I think that Roman Reigns is going to be able to still put on a match, even through all the booing. Yeah. Because, simply, he's used to working under boos. For years, when he's being pushed as the next big thing and the next face of the company as the baby face, he was working through boos. Yeah. Ironically, when he turns into a heel, he gets more cheers than he did as a face.
Yeah.
So this guy's used to working with boos. I don't think Roman Reigns is going to let whatever crowd reaction they have be the same. So I don't think it's going to be like Goldberg and Lesnar, and that Roman Reigns is going to put on a crappy match on his end.
Right.
But here's the thing. The Rock doesn't know what it's like to work with boos while he's a babyface, except for one match in his career against Hollywood Hulk Hogan, where he was booed.
Yep.
That's the only time in a nostalgia act of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the only match that, aside from when he first started, of course. Yeah. When he was a terrible, cheeky babyface and he got booed.
Yeah.
Let me correct myself. But I'm sure it got to him back then, and I'm sure it'll get to him now. He's not. He's going to put on a terrible match.
Yeah.
The Rock, I've said it. The Rock's going to put on a terrible match. It's going to be awful, and it's going to be all his fault.
Yeah.
And it's going to make Roman Reigns look bad.
Yeah.
And it's going to counter against everything they're trying to do by making the WWE look better.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that it's going to succeed in doing is it is going to divert attention away from Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at it. We're only 1 week away from the biggest wrestling scandal of all time. And what are we talking about? We're talking about The Rock.
Right.
So in that
Dwayne Johnson.
Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, we're talking about Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
And so in that case, they won.
Yeah.
They won.
They are going to make money off of this.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's a dead end. There's nothing after it. And it's just like, but how do you even pick up, even if you do give Cody the title shot and even give him the title, like how do you get there from here? Like, I don't, this is so fucking stupid.
It is. I mean, I can't imagine a worse creative decision to save my life.
Yeah.
A 8-year-old kid with wrestling action figures could come up with a better booking for WrestleMania than this.
Yeah.
Tony Khan would book this better.
Wow. Wow.
They could take the TNA creative team and they would book this better.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even take the Smashing Pumpkins guy with the NWA and the Coke at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And I think he would put on a better WrestleMania than this. And he ruined his own company.
Yeah.
I mean, this is awful.
You know, we even said it in the last episode. Okay, Cody won the Rumble. Now let's hope they not pull any shenanigans. And goddamn, did they pull the biggest shenanigan of all time?
Yeah.
God damn. I just can't get over. They actually made Cody give it away himself.
Yeah.
They actually stooped that fucking low. God damn. Like,
Lance, you were even starting to watch the WWE.
I was starting to watch. I ain't watching shit now. God damn. Fuck. It was, I was, Cody was around when I was still watching WWE over 10 years ago, but of course they weren't doing anything with him. But it was Cody. You could say it was Cody Rhodes that actually got me watching wrestling again. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I stopped watching in 2010. Because I'm like, this is bullshit.
I believe it.
I gave TNA a chance. TNA didn't work out. I'm just like, I just can't anymore. And then AEW happened in 2019. And I'm like, yes. And Cody was 100% behind it. He got a company up and going with the help of a billionaire. And I was up and watching wrestling again.
It's like you gave your ex another chance, and you knew it was going to be a mistake, but you tried anyways. Yeah, and then you got burned.
I got burned. Like we started doing this podcast, and this podcast really got me watching WWE again because I'm like, okay, I need to at least know what's going on, right?
Right.
So I start watching again, and I start liking some things. And then, oh man, they took me as high as I could go with Cody winning the Rumble. Because I'm like, okay, it's happening. And they took me to the highest point, and then they dropped me right on my fucking face.
Yeah.
With that shit on Friday. That's what they did.
I mean, like I said, it even invaded my dreams.
Yeah.
That's how much this affected me. Mm-hmm. Any true wrestling fan, the only ones that are going to like this are the sub-casuals.
Sub-casuals. Yeah.
You know, the casuals, I respect you. You tune every once in a while to wrestling. You're really a wrestling fan. You know what's good for business. And you know what's good for wrestling. And you know what's good for both at the same time. And that would have been Cody Rhodes. Yes, for a business move, The Rock coming in is a better idea. But for a wrestling, Cody Rhodes winning the title was the greatest thing that would have happened in a long time in professional wrestling. As far as entertainment and story writing as a fan. But these sub-casuals, they're not even casuals.
Yeah.
They're going to tune in.
These motherfuckers don't even know who Cody Rhodes is.
They don't.
They only know who The Rock is.
That's it.
They know The Rock is going to be there and he's going to wrestle, and that's all they fucking know.
And they're the ones that are going to bring in all this extra money.
They're going to bring in all the extra money. They're also going to be the ones that are sitting there watching WrestleMania, having no fucking clue how wrestling works, and they're going to be sitting there bitching on fucking X while WrestleMania is going on. What is all this shit? I just want to see The Rock. Why are you having all these other matches? I just want to see The Rock.
Yeah, they're going to tune in on Saturday thinking that was
it.
it.
Yeah, right.
And they're going to wonder why I didn't see The Rock.
Right.
And they're going to realize, oh, wait a minute, WrestleMania's 2 days? I didn't know that.
Yes, right. They don't know shit.
Yeah.
So you're reaching out to these motherfuckers that don't even care about wrestling just to get their money one time.
And if you are claim to be a wrestling fan and you think this is great story writing, you're a sub-casual too.
You're a sub-casual too. Yeah, you don't know shit.
You're in that category.
Right.
Because no true wrestling fan would think this is a good idea.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been upset by anything in wrestling more than this.
Hollywood Hogan turning heel the first time.
Oh, okay.
that upset me.
That was before my wrestling fandom, but
there was a period of time that I swore off watching wrestling because of that.
Right.
Even though I predicted it.
Yeah.
Because I noticed reading in the wrestling magazines, it was talking a lot about how Hogan was getting booed in certain arenas and matches.
Yeah.
And people were writing in basically saying that his act was growing stale. And you know, there was a lot of stuff in wrestling media at the time. And back then, the only wrestling media I had access to, aside from wrestling, was wrestling magazines.
Right.
And back then, I didn't have access to the newsletter. I didn't even know who Dave Meltzer was. And that would have blown my mind because, you know, I believed in the stuff being real.
Right.
So all I had was kayfabe magazine. Stuff was written in kayfabe. This wasn't like World of Wrestling and stuff like that came out later where everything was, you know, not in kayfabe. No, this was like Pro Wrestling Illustrated, WWF magazine, that kind of stuff. And Pro Wrestling Illustrated, I remember there was articles or not articles, but letters from fans that were about this. And, you know, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, they knew that wrestling wasn't, as far as outcomes, legitimate. Although they knew that wrestling, I mean, they were smart. They wrote their magazine as if it was a true sport, and even then there was stuff going on saying basically that Hogan was getting booed and everything else, and I knew it was happening. But you know what? I came back. I got over it because and there was also other things that was going on. I was struggling to watch wrestling because my parents couldn't afford cable, so like I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to watch WCW Worldwide, which was like the worst wrestling program at that era. It was nothing but jobbers and recaps from Monday Night Nitro and stuff like that.
Right.
It was terrible. The WWE, all I could do was keep up with them through wrestling magazines. And so when Hogan turned heel, I just kind of said, well, you know what, screw all this. I watched the next pay-per-view, which was Hog Wild or Road Wild, and the Giant lost against Hogan despite hulking up in the match. And I was like, all right, screw this. But I came back, and I got smart into the business, and that's the thing, though. I look back on that. Hogan turning heel made 100% sense. So, yes, I got upset by it. If I was in the crowd, I would have been throwing trash just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But at least it was good heat.
Yeah,
it was good heat.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Yes. I mean, now you look back, and that is one of the top 10, top 5, maybe top 10 moments in all of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is go away heat.
Yeah.
Nobody wants this aside from the sub casuals.
Yeah.
Okay. The most disliked YouTube video. Did we find out the number, Lance?
Well, I forgot. I would have to look at my computer because I have the browser extension, so I can't see it on here.
Well, there's comments. People were keeping track of how many.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and writing in the comments.
Yeah.
I can pull it up right now.
By the way, I also want to say that there are multiple. Okay, they uploaded multiple videos of that segment, and they're all in the hundreds of thousands in dislikes. So it wasn't just the one.
That's insane to me. 400. This is 21 hours ago. 420,000. 21 hours ago, and no telling.
Well, it's got to be well over 500,000 by now.
And the WWE has been on YouTube since YouTube has been out.
Yeah.
I remember watching this video that talked about it was showing over time, bars and a graph, and it was over time evolving of who had the most subscribers. And the early days of YouTube, the WWE was one of the biggest YouTube presences.
Yeah.
And it still is to this day. It's huge. It's got 90 something million subscribers. That's insane.
Yeah.
And one of their videos,
99 million.
Yeah, 99 million.
Jesus.
99 million subscribers, and only 60 something thousand people had liked the video as of yesterday, and 420,000 people as of yesterday disliked the video.
Yeah.
So can they pay attention?
That's what I was just about to ask. Do they care? Do they care?
Well, obviously some people care because you mentioned that some of the writing team, the creative team.
But how much power do they have? You've got The Rock. I think The Rock is the only one that matters. I think whatever he wants to, they're going to go with. So only he can say, okay, maybe this was a bad idea. Let's go with Cody. And
they're not going to reverse it. They're going to double down.
Oh, for sure they're going to double down. Absolutely. Yeah.
The only thing that could save this
is
if they made it a triple threat and threw Cody back in. And I don't see that happening.
Honestly, I just think you should keep the WrestleMania main event to a singles match. So making it a triple threat doesn't help, in my opinion. Because
it'd be better than this.
Then what? Okay, what if The Rock still wins, or what if Roman still wins? It's just, I mean, if Cody went over in a triple threat match and he beat both The Rock and Roman, I don't know, would that make it better?
His moment would have been tainted.
Yeah, right. That's how I feel. Even if you won it from Roman at WrestleMania, just because of The Rock's presence, it still doesn't feel right.
It's tainted.
Yeah.
The whole thing stinks.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
It's garbage booking. It's a horde of nastiness. Is how bad this is.
Yeah.
So I want to pivot for just a little bit. As I found out, it's called the Internet Wrestling Community.
Right.
Instead of the International Wrestling Community.
Yeah.
I've been listening to some other podcasts I don't normally listen to, and I can't remember a specific one, so I'm not going to cite any by name. But there have been people that have casted doubt on the Janelle Grant allegations. Mm-hmm. Like they don't know how to read text messages.
Right.
Okay. Or they think that the one person thought that the act of defecation was made up. Why would you make that up about yourself?
Yeah.
If it didn't happen, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why would you make up the thing about naming the toys after wrestlers? I believe every word of it. I think every last word of it's true. Okay.
Have you seen how many other former wrestlers and just other people that worked have come out and said, yeah, this basically saying this all makes sense?
Yeah.
David, even Vince Russo. I don't know if you saw this clip. Said he said that he was at Vince's house. They were doing like a writing meeting or whatever, and he's sitting across the table from Vince, and Vince looks at him and says, if you knew who I really was, you wouldn't like me.
Huh.
And there's a lot of stuff coming out like that. I think even Teddy Long confirmed some of the things, just some of the things that he's seen and heard, while he was there. Just a whole bunch of different people coming out. Finally coming out now that it's all out, they can come out and kind of corroborate this.
The one thing I remember that was pretty significant was Kurt Angle talking about a scene on Raw where he was making out with Stephanie McMahon, and Vince McMahon was very close to this, physically proximity, very close to this being shot, and was very eager and enthusiastic about it. Like he really wanted to see this happen with his daughter.
Wow.
Kissing the man. And I'll go ahead and say I think Vince McMahon's got the hots for his daughter.
Yep.
Because he's a sick individual. I don't put anything past him.
Yep.
And it's believable.
Yeah.
So all of this, I believe every last word of it, and I believe at this point, I believe anything else that's said, because I mean, there's nothing I'll put past the guy.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that he treated somebody with respect, I might question that.
Yeah.
Has he done some good things, paid for some surgeries and funerals and stuff like that? I'm sure he has. But in Vince's mind, he's a sociopath. Mm-hmm. He was doing it for himself and for his image. He wasn't doing it for that person. That's what I believe. Either that or he's just a complex person, because, evil people can actually still do nice things. One or the other. I don't know which one of those it is. But there's going to be a point where I hope we don't have to talk about this man again. But I think there's going to be more that comes out. And we're going to be forced to talk about them. But I would like, I at least the WWE has, I noticed this, that if you look up McMahon on WWE.com and you click on the profile for Mr. McMahon, the thumbnail, that nothing comes up. It says something like, you're not authorized to look at this. You can look at Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
You can look at his father. You can look at Shane McMahon's profile.
Yeah.
But you can't find his profile.
Yeah.
I think the guy should be forgotten, never put into the Hall of Fame. The only discussion that the WWE should have about him is from a historical standpoint, and that this person, you can't ignore somebody that was heavily influential in the wrestling business for 40 plus years. Okay, but let me tell you, there's more to wrestling than Vince McMahon and WWE. There's a lot more. When I first started watching wrestling, I started with WCW. So, you know what? Screw Vince. I think the wrestling world is going to thrive without him. But it's not going to thrive if we have Hollywood Dwayne Johnson making terrible booking decisions. Hurting the business. Okay. Does it stop? Is he going to book himself to be the champion? Or if he doesn't win the match, is he going to fight for a rematch at SummerSlam? Are they going to milk this to death? Like they had Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns fighting for years? Is that what they're going to do with this? Or we're going to have to deal with this for ages? When does it stop?
Well, I mean, I tell you, I simply just won't watch this bullshit.
I'm going to watch it begrudgingly because I always watch WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that the Royal Rumble, no matter what, even in the point where I basically gave up on wrestling, I would still keep up, especially with WrestleMania, with the Undertaker streak. That kept me coming back.
Yeah.
And, the Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view. And I was very satisfied with the Royal Rumble. I was happy with Cody winning. I thought they even showed Roman's reaction to Cody winning.
Yeah.
And it was all set.
Yeah.
It was basically like it was signed contract.
Yeah.
That it was going to happen.
Yep.
And then they make this enormous pivot.
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No sense. Creatively, one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. Mm-hmm. This is terrible.
Yep.
And the sub-casual fans don't need to show up at Philly.
No.
If you bought a ticket, sell it to somebody else. If that's even legal, I don't know.
I don't think the sub-casuals would pay that much for a ticket. I hope.
I hope every ECW fan
yes
from Philly's history shows up.
Yes.
And they all buy front row tickets.
I want RVD versus Cena type booing going on.
Yes. But see, I'm scared, Lance.
Okay.
Because they're not going to be in a small venue like they
giant
were.
Stadium, yeah.
Yeah, this is a stadium.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
Yeah.
For the sub-casuals.
For the sub-casuals, yeah.
And people say, "Oh, just let people watch wrestling and let them enjoy what they want." I attack you personally. If you enjoy this, because it's terrible and you have terrible taste.
Yeah,
I'm worried. I don't want any. I want the hardened ECW fans to show up to this event in huge numbers and lead the chant "Rocky sucks" at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
And you know the thing that bothers me about this, as much as I've wanted Roman to lose the belt, and as much as I've wanted him to get out of the picture, and I've said it over and over and over again on this podcast, I don't even think this situation is fair to Roman Reigns. Okay, personally, I think the fans should boo the match, but I think it should all be on The Rock. Yeah. I don't think any of it should be against Roman Reigns, aside from I think they should cheer the heck out of that guy at WrestleMania. And just it's I think the fans should I think it should be ironic in that the fans are cheering for Roman Reigns and booing the face Hollywood Dwayne Johnson. Yeah. And I think this is incredibly unfair to Roman Reigns. He had no say in this. He's going to be in a match that the fans don't want, don't like. It's very apparent with a 500,000 people disliking the video on YouTube. Mm-hmm. What if 500,000 people dislike anything? Yeah. Is it good? If I brought you a lemon and I said 500,000 people did not like this lemon, would you eat it, Lance? Nope. I mean, if I ordered a pizza and I said 500,000 people dislike this pizza on YouTube, yeah, would you eat that pizza? Probably not. You would think it's going to give you diarrhea. That's what this match is going to do. It's going to give me diarrhea, explosive, wet diarrhea spray. That's what it's going to do. It's going to give me vomit and diarrhea.
Oh my God.
And then I'm going to die.
You're going to die.
I'm going to die. Whatever the date at WrestleMania is, just don't expect me to make it after that. The broadcast is over because I'm going to die. Yeah.
We'll do the Glenn tribute show.
Yes.
the Friday, the Saturday.
I'm going to die because I think my birthday's after WrestleMania. Yeah. So I'm going to die at the age of 39. Yeah. Dead. Yeah. From exploding diarrhea and vomit. Yeah. From this match. Yeah. Because it's that awful. I can't think. You know, we talk about the Meltzer rating. I haven't even seen the match, and it should get negative 50 stars. Yeah. Yeah. Negative 50 stars.
Yeah.
Or maybe negative 40 since it's WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, negative 40.
Negative 40 stars.
40 for 40.
This is going to be atrocious. What could they do worse than this?
I don't want to think about what could be worse than this. Rock winning the title would be worse. I mean, that's obvious.
That could happen.
It could happen. It could happen. That's another thing I kept reading after this was that, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, we all know Roman's going to win. No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't know that shit.
We didn't know this was going to happen.
We didn't know this was going to happen. And we didn't know the way it was going to happen. Like, I just will not be able to get over the fact that they made Cody give it away himself. What?
That's so humiliating.
What the fuck?
I mean, what are they going to do? Make him wear a polka dot suit next?
Yeah. Yeah.
They did that to 2 other people in his family.
They sure did. Explain to me how any real wrestling fan is supposed to keep watching the product after they did this. Like, this should, kill everything. If you're a real wrestling fan, why would you want to watch after this? Why would you want to watch anything they do after this?
I don't have a good answer for that, Lance. I mean, I'll probably keep watching out of desperate hope, that something will get better one day.
Well, that's why I keep watching AEW.
Well, I tell you what, right now would be a good time for AEW to get their act together. They could probably steal away quite a few fans because, I mean, I thought this was the year that AEW was going to get buried, okay? I said this is it. The WWE is on a steamroller, and the AEW is lagging, about to get ran over, okay? Yeah. And I said AEW, I said this to myself, I said AEW, if there was one year they can get squashed, it's this year. Mm-hmm. And now I think that's wrong. Because if they get their act together and they get their booking together and they get their creative together, it's going to look unparalleled compared to the WWE right now.
There's a lot of things they got to straighten up over there, though.
There is
a lot of things,
and we probably need to have an episode just on that.
Yeah, that might be our next episode. But but
we've talked about that a lot too. To be fair,
yeah. But I mean, the point is what can they do now to dig themselves out of a hole, attendance wise, get the ratings up. Now the ratings are one thing that I've kind of kept my eye on, and it's not as bad as you would think. In fact, I would say the TV ratings and, compared to the live attendance doesn't make sense. Because I figure if you got 800,000 plus watching Dynamite consistently, why are you having so much trouble selling out at least the smaller arenas that you're in? That's a whole other thing, the arenas that they're in. I've looked at that recently. They're going to, I want to say it's somewhere in Texas. They're doing a few shows pretty soon in Texas, and I looked at the arenas that they're going into. One of them is barely bigger than the VSU complex.
Huh.
So you're thinking, okay, well that's good.
That's
a smaller arena, right? But then the very next show, they're going to, I want to say it's Phoenix, and they're going to like a 20,000 seat arena. So I'm like, why are you doing that? Just stay in these smaller venues. So it's just a lot of shit like that. I don't know.
I don't know. But right now, Tony Khan, if you're listening with your whatever your team of people you have, the counter espionage with the WWE, you need to do something now.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
Now's the time to get your act together. You got Sting retiring at Revolution. When is that again?
That is March 3rd, I believe.
Okay, so you got Sting retiring.
Yeah.
People actually want to see that.
Yeah.
His retirement match. What if they put on a good show in March? And when is WrestleMania?
April 6th and 7th.
Yeah. What if they put on a good show at Revolution?
Yeah.
And WrestleMania is a stinger, which we already know it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because anything they do is not going to undo the damage of Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
Right.
And what he's doing. There's no way to recover from this.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when the Tiger King said there's no way to financially recover from this? There's no way to creatively recover from this.
Yeah.
We've entered a new dark age of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And it started now.
Yeah.
Started Friday night. I mean, pretty soon, you're right, Lance. It's going to make a lot of money in the short term.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen after WrestleMania?
Right.
When the sub-casuals disappear.
Right.
And the true wrestling fans are going to wonder if they should even watch this crap.
Right. This makes me wonder if Rock and Roman are going to be on every episode from here to WrestleMania of Raw and SmackDown.
I don't
to try to juice the ratings.
I don't want to see The Rock. I don't want to see Hollywood Dwayne Johnson.
No, not at all.
I don't ever want to see the man again.
Right.
He's ruined himself for me. Mm-hmm. I want him to go away. He's got the most enormous amount of go away heat you could possibly have.
Yeah.
Because this is insulting.
Yeah.
This is insulting to the business that him and his family have bled for.
Yeah.
This is insulting. He should know better. What are you doing, Dwayne? What are you doing? Don't you know nobody wants this? Couldn't you see it coming? Are you blindsided by this? Is this a surprise to you?
Honestly,
it can't be.
Honestly, it probably is. It probably is a surprise to him. Because with his, if you look at it from his point of view, he's the biggest star in Hollywood right now. So he's probably just thinking, yeah, of course everybody would love this. I'm The Rock. Everybody loves me. I'm the biggest star. But you came back into a world that's very niche, and not everybody's going to go for it. Not everybody's going to line up for this like they will for your next movie.
I mean, I was okay with Hollywood Dwayne Johnson being a movie star.
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
Go ahead and be in Fast and the Furious.
That's
and,
fine.
And you know, just be this big hulking guy.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Do that.
Yeah.
I mean, make your money, man.
Yeah,
but don't do it. Don't kill the American dream. What do you think Dusty would think of this? Imagine Dusty Rhodes' reaction from the wrestling, whatever.
Honestly, he might not be surprised.
Wrestling Valhalla, wherever wrestlers go when they die.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't be surprised given how he was treated.
And Dustin.
Dustin.
Neither one of them got it as bad as Cody did Friday night. Just
no.
Absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people talked about Cody's facial expressions, giving away that he was really disappointed. Honestly, I think Cody did an amazing job hiding his emotions and doing what he needed to do and what he was told to do. He's a good soldier. You know, he follows the orders.
Right.
And even at his expense, he does what's best for the business. Isn't that a guy you want to be the face of your company? I mean, that's the guy. Who else does what's needed at the level of Cody Rhodes for the company?
Yeah.
I mean, look at what he did for AEW. He sacrificed so much for AEW and even gave up the opportunity to become their champion because he felt like that was the best thing for the company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Cody Rhodes and Hollywood Dwayne Johnson are complete opposites because Cody Rhodes gave up his opportunity to become champion, even though he could have easily insert himself into that position when he was in AEW.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Hollywood Dwayne Johnson, gets paid $30 million. And what is the first thing he does? He buries Cody, and he inserts himself in the main event at WrestleMania 40 for the WWE Universal Intergalactic Heavyweight Championship. He commits a creative travesty. I mean, he might be a good person, but this is a creative travesty. This is a devastation.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much worse than this. It can't. This might be like the worst thing that's happened in wrestling, as far as in-ring wrestling. Not talking about all the other crap that's going on right now, which is terrible. But this might be the worst crap that's happened in-ring in a very long time. I can't remember when was the last time something so terrible happened as far as in-ring product.
Is this going to be our next top 10 rage-inducing moments in wrestling history or something like that?
This is number one?
This is number one. We're going to go ahead and give it away. This is number one.
This is number one. I'm going to need to have my blood pressure checked before I watch WrestleMania. I may not be able to watch it.
Yeah.
I may not be able to watch it. Mm-hmm. Well, I already said it's going to kill me. My God.
Yeah.
What is this, Lance?
No, this is bullshit.
What does it come to now?
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
I don't either.
I'm at a loss. Wrestling is at a loss. Wrestling.
Yeah.
Sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. It's hurt. It's bleeding.
Yep.
Profusely.
Yep.
And nobody's got a tourniquet. And wrestling might die with me at WrestleMania 40.
We're going to shut down this podcast if Rock wins the title.
We're going to have to because wrestling's over.
Yeah.
You'll just have to take the camera and film my death of me dying.
Yeah.
And when I'm dying, Lance, my last moments.
Yeah.
Just play a Cody Rhodes match for me.
Okay.
One that he wins in.
Okay. All right.
My last moments, I'll be reaching out to the screen, trying to reach for Cody. With my last moments, trying to just reach out and connect with Cody Rhodes. In my last moments, reaching out towards the screen. And, in my dying, delusional mind, I might think that he's actually reaching out back to me.
All right. I'll do that. So are we wrapping it up here?
I've got nothing else to say.
This was basically a special edition episode because we just
this was terrible.
This was a bitch fest.
Oh my God.
If you got nothing else, I don't think I have anything else.
No.
I don't think there's anything anybody could say.
It's already been said.
Yeah. I will say I only expect it to get worse between here and WrestleMania.
It's only going to get worse from here.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to come back next week. And, who knows what's going to happen in this coming week that's going to make it even worse. So,
well, at least we got material.
Yeah, we do. We do. Later on, everybody.